Well, good morning. Welcome to Rock Motive Live. Got to get the old iPad up over here so I can see comments and things and stuff like that. Anyway, it is Thursday. Time for a little football action tonight if you happen to be a fan. I'm a fan. Anyway, I am in deep South Texas where it is about 90 degrees and hot and humid. Hopefully I don't get eaten up with mosquitoes. Seem to be having a mosquito problem down here, probably due to all the rain that we had recently. There was a storm that went through about a week ago, and we got some of that rain. I think it was Francine, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, today I am going to save you some money, whether you like it or not, on your Toyota Tacoma. Now I'm talking about accessories. There are two accessories that, in my opinion, are must-haves. You've got to have these if you've got a Toyota Tacoma. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm on the right thing here. I am. Okay. Anyway, there are two accessories that you've got to have. By the way, let's get this out of the way right away. This is a promotional live stream. I do earn a commission on these, but this doesn't cost you any more money. So why is there a problem saving money if the guy taking his time to do the promotion is making a little bit of money? And it's a little bit, let me tell you. But anyway, let's get into it. These, I should say, because there are two, as I mentioned, things that you really have to have if you've gotten a new Tacoma or even an older Tacoma. They have these two accessories as well as other things for previous or older Tacomas as well as the brand new. And kudos to them. It's Last Fit, by the way. That's the company name. But kudos to them for designing and engineering these pretty darn quickly. Let's get into it. First of all, these things, floor mats. These are what I got with my truck. Now, they're decent looking, don't get me wrong. They are carpeted floor mats. Good morning, boy. Good morning, William. How you doing? They are carpeted floor mats. They look okay. I do like the TRD Sport insignia you guys can see there in the mat. But as you notice, they're starting to wear already. I've hardly used these. Look at this. Junk is coming off of them. You can only imagine what these are going to look like in a while. And I'll be honest with you, what I like to do with these is take them out of the truck, stick them in some box somewhere, and then eventually, someday, maybe when I trade the truck, you all know I do that pretty frequently, I can slap these puppies back in there because I'm trying to get as much money as I can for this truck when I trade it off, right? I'm talking about all-weather floor mats. There is a discount code. It is Rob Motive, pretty easy to remember. It's the channel name for 15% off. And as I mentioned, they have everything for the 2024 and older. So if you've got these nasty carpeted mats, and get these things dirty. If you're like me and you're out there and you're sweeping, you're like scrubbing these things, trying to get that last little particle out of them, right? It's a bummer. So anyway, they are all-weather floor mats. Full disclosure, I don't have them yet. I recently just signed up with these folks, so I'm waiting for them to come. There will be an unboxing and an install video and all that stuff. But I was so excited because I finally found somebody, one, that has precision designed. They use a 3D format to make these things, to design them, right? So they fit the frickin' truck. You ever had some of these other brands? One of the biggest brands. They put out these floor mats that never fit right. They always come in over the sides and they're garbage. I don't know what they use to measure them. Plus the material sucks, if I'm being honest. Anyway, they'll be coming. Can't wait. You know they're going to be in mine. Of course you know there's going to be a video for it. And they look awesome. I've seen pictures and things, and you can go to the site. It's www, do we even need to say that anymore? .lasfit, L-A-S-F-I-T, and there'll be a link down below once I go back over this video. But lasfit.com, and use discount code RobMotive to save yourself 15%. Now, you may be wondering, what do these cost anyway? Yeah, 15% is a good savings, but if they cost $400, then why in the heck would I care? They don't. They're $129 before the discount. So after, they're $109, I think in 65 cents or something like that, whatever, 109 bucks. Not a bad deal for four liners, front and rear, that are precision cut to fit the truck. Awesome. We'll get into the next one here in just a minute, the second must-have. But let's look at some comments here. There's a message being held for review. Uh-oh, is somebody being nasty out there? Let's take a look. Well, they're trying to be funny, I guess. They must not be a fan. I don't know, I'm gonna hide that. We really don't have time for that kind of stuff. Let's see, do you have a Tacoma truck? Unless I'm standing in front of a green screen, I assure you I do. Mine happens to be a 2024. I have had 7, 8, 10, 20, I don't know, many Toyota Tacomas. This one is awesome. It's a 2024 TRD Sport. Juan V24 says, howdy Rob. Hey Juan, how you doing? How is your summer going? I hope you're staying cool out there. So far we've been lucky with the hurricanes this year, just a grazing and a little tropical thing, but not too bad. Ant Carr, how many miles do you have on the Taco? It's pushing 1,000, I think. Now, before you flame me about that, I know you're gonna say, wait a minute, you've had this truck for months and you only have 1,000 miles on it? Yeah, and that's testament to these mats again, by the way, how well they wear. They don't. Less than 1,000 or right about 1,000 miles. And look how cheap these things are. Ugh. Anyway, check out the Last Fit floor mats, front and back, lastfit.com, Rob Motive, 15% off. It's a deal. And don't forget to subscribe so that you can see them if you've got to wait to see them in person on video. Don't forget to click the subscribe button so that you can see them once I do the whole mod thing, you know, when they come in. Let's see, how many miles are on the Taco? Tom Griffith, Rob, have you seen the new Chinese mid-size truck? I have not. I don't know anything about it, actually. AC31 says, any transmission issues? No. And it's funny, the people out there that are complaining about this, I wonder if people mistreat this truck just so that they can get things to happen, you know? I mean, run it without transmission fluid? I don't know, you're probably gonna have a problem. Go on surfaces where you spin the wheels like crazy and then jam it into another gear. I don't know, that could be a problem. I don't have any issues. These things that I hear about, and by the way, at least the ones that have been reported to the NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration, I guess it is, it equates to like 0.0001% of the Tacomas sold. You have better odds to win the lottery, or at least close anyway, than getting a Tacoma that has a transmission problem. I don't know. I think people are nuts, but I think it's a pretty good track record for the Tacoma so far, at least in my experience. I can't really comment on what others are saying, other than I think they're making stuff up in some cases. And you know there are competitors out there, right, that will go online. I mean, use the, not to get political, but look at the election. Regardless of who you favor, what side you're on, look at all the stuff that's coming out, all the fake news. Do you think that there aren't other manufacturers out there that are paying people to create fake news about the competitors? And it's a prime target, right? The #1 best-selling mid-size truck. Who else are all the other companies going to take aim against, right? Right there. So take all that stuff with a grain of salt. I'm a real owner. I paid for this truck with my own money. It wasn't given to me. It's not leased. It's bought. I bought the truck. I'm going to tell it to you how it is because I have no allegiance to any manufacturing company. Nothing. They're not paying me to say good things or bad things. I also point out things that I find are not good because I can go either way on the truck. Anyway, AC31 says, great to hear. It is. AC31, Toyota is the best. They are the best. And even when they do have problems, and let's face it, every manufacturer has problems throughout time. It's how they deal with it, how they take care of it. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Look at the Tundra with its engine problems. Now that sucks. Manufacturing debris left in the engines can cause premature bearing failure or engine failure altogether. What are they doing? They're not fighting it. They're not arguing it. They're replacing the engines. It sucks for the owners, I'm sure, because how long is that going to take? But it's a testament to how good the company is, what they do when things are bad. Every company is great when things are going well, right? It's how they respond when they're not. Juan says, love your new taco. Thanks, Juan. I appreciate that. You got a pretty awesome truck yourself. I remember it. Moods 3D Prints. G'day. G'day, mate. G'day from Australia. How you doing? Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. You're quite a distance from me. Mark Christopher Delios. Sorry, I tried. Nice car master. I don't know what that means. Mark says, what's the horsepower? What is it? 278, 89, I don't know. Less than 300, something like that. I don't know. But the way that Toyota has this truck set up as compared to previous Tacomas, it moves. Great acceleration, great response. I mean, they really did a good job with this truck, I think. Now, let's get on to the second must-have mod or accessory that you have to add to your Tacoma. This isn't really even Tacoma specific, honestly. LastFit has products for a myriad of brands out there. I speak about the Tacoma because that's what I have. If I had a Ford or a Chevy or maybe a Nissan, I would go to them as well because the products are great. Now, I'm not speaking without any knowledge. I have dealt with LastFit in the past. I don't know if you guys can see, but on the lift right up there, I just noticed this morning. There is an older LastFit logo up there. That's because I've bought things from them in the past. So I do have some history with them, even though I don't have these products in hand yet. They are coming. Before we take a trip to the back of the truck, David Garrett, Toyota has a TSB for the transmission problem. Don't think they would do that for no reason. I have not seen this TSB other than people holding up pieces of paper and videos, a video. I've searched it, I've looked for it, I've gone all over the net trying to find it. I've asked people like you who say they have it to email me a copy. Either the link to the actual TSB, I don't mean somebody's video where they're floating a paper around saying, this is it, this is it. I mean an actual TSB from Toyota, right? Or send me a print screen of it, anything. And you know how many responses I've gotten? 0, because I do not believe it exists. I don't know, prove me wrong. Email is robmotive@gmail.com. Again, I want the actual TSB, not some link to some guy's video who says, here it is, here it is. I could do that too. I could go print one off my computer and wave it around for you guys so you can't really read it and call it a TSB. It's not hard to do. Tattoo Chance. Hey, just so you know, I am proud of you. Excuse me, it takes a lot of effort to get up every day and make the best of it. You got this. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. It does take a lot of effort. It takes a lot of effort and energy to have the energy to get on here and hopefully produce something that people like and are willing to watch. If for no other reason, then maybe they think, what a goober that guy is. There's a guy that has a food review channel. I'll even shout him out. It's called the Report of the Week. The guy is very quirky, and that is his shtick. That's his interest. Not really the food reviews. Who cares? I can go to Wendy's and buy a sandwich. Doesn't matter, or McDonald's or whatever. But it's him. It's his presentation, his quirkiness. It's entertaining, and that is why he's got, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 million subscribers, something like that. But thank you. I appreciate that. Manuel Gonzalez. Sup, daddy? I am not your daddy, let me tell you. I have one child and another half a child. Well, I have 2 children. Let's just 2 children. A daughter and a stepson. And that's all I have, as far as I know. I don't know, who's your mother? Maybe, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not serious. Anyway, let's go to the back of the truck. Before I do that, one more time, I just want to show this. This is the OEM floor mat, flimsy, cheapo carpet thing. What do you think this cost Toyota? $150, something like that? I don't know, but this is what they put in the truck. Not a bad looking floor mat. Love this part of it, but it's cheap. starting to wear through already up here. I was picking stuff off of it earlier. Floor mats from LazFit, 15% off, lazfit.com, discount code RobMotive. Why wouldn't you? After the discount, they'll cost you $109 for the product. $109. Can you get good floor mats for $109? I've had other LazFit products. I know what I'm talking about. I'm waiting for mine, this particular one though. I'll be honest, I don't have them yet. Now, let's go around to the back of the truck because, first of all, let me see if I can get you guys off this mount without destroying something. Let's go around to the back of the truck. We got to look at something else. This is the second must-have accessory for the Toyota Tacoma, regardless of the year that you have. And I'm talking about the the bed mat. I have a bed mat in here, so you might be asking, why is he getting another bed mat? Well, first of all, this is a bed mat. It's a knockoff, a no name. You can see they don't even put their name on it. That's how good it is. But anyway, it's a knockoff bed mat for the Tundra. I believe it was for the Tundra. It might have been for the Jeep, actually. I'm not sure. But it doesn't fit. You can see over here, there's a gap on each side where junk can get underneath. Why do you have a floor mat if crap's getting underneath it? And then up here in the front, I had to cut this out because it didn't accommodate for the tie downs. Now, I do have aftermarket tie downs from Chevron. I think it's called Chevron. I never get the name right. There's a link down below. There's a discount, I think, and all that stuff. But these are awesome. Love these things. But anyway, it didn't fit, so I hacked it up a little bit, cut it. It's kind of tacky, right? I mean, I got a $40-some thousand truck and a hillbilly. No offense to hillbillies. I'm probably a hillbilly myself. But anyway, I've got this floor mat in the back, or bed mat in the back, that just doesn't fit. And it doesn't hold down very well. It kind of moves. I get a little bit of noise out of that thing when I'm driving down the road. So I have one coming from LazFit as well. Again, discount code 15% with code RobMotive, all caps. If you want to check that out, at least give it a look. I mean, come on. It'll cost you, after the discount, it's the same price as the floor mats, $109. Finally, I'm going to have something back here that is going to look right in my truck, like it should be there. Not something that I hacked up from an old mat that I had before. What I'll probably do with this when I'm done is I'll probably cut along these seams. By the way, it comes folded. It folds into a fourth of the size, which doesn't do well when you're trying to lay it down. But anyway, I'll probably cut it up and use it as mats to lay on the floor or something. I don't know. That's probably what it's good for. It was a cheapo, I will admit. Although, with the price of the LazFit, it's really not that much different. You're going to get a good quality mat for about the same price as what I paid for that cheapo in the back. Again, discount code is RobMotive, all caps. That'll save you 15%. On these options. Let's see if I can get the phone back on here. There we go. Two things that you've got to do. Anybody who has a Tacoma, whether it be a 2024 like this one, or a late model or previous third generation, knows that the inside of that bed is like ice. Ice, baby. But it's like ice, right? Everything slips and slides. You know, I did a video a while back. I put a cooler back there, and I think something else. And then I just went for a normal ride. So I drove around and everything slid all over the place. And it was not a good thing. The cooler actually, I think, ended up falling over and everything fell out of it. So who knows? I could imagine going down the freeway at 50-some miles or 70, 80 miles an hour. And the wind now, since that cooler's fallen over and is open, catching it, and you just see it kind of twirling off as it goes through the windshield in the car behind. I mean, can you imagine the trouble, the problems you might have? Anyway, well worth it. You've got to do it if you've got a Tacoma. Let's see, Ape Man. The TSB is sent to Toyota dealers, so call your dealer. That's not what I'm asking for. I'm not going to do the legwork. You guys brought it up. If it exists, show me. Email robmotive@gmail.com. Send me a copy of it. Go and see your dealer where you say it is. Get them to give you a copy, scan it, take a picture of it. Everybody's got a cell phone now, right? Take a picture of it, email it to me. I want to see it. Put your money, your time, your effort where your mouth is. Or in this case, words, I guess. Jackery, I'm sorry, I'm trying to pronounce it. I apologize if I'm really butchering it. Toyota Yaris. I'm not a big Yaris fan, to be honest with you. Although, let me tell you, I've never driven a Yaris, so I know it's a bit of an unfounded statement against the Yaris, but it's such a small, tiny little, I don't like it either. I don't like it. I'm sorry. It's nothing against the car or you. We all have our own personal preferences, right? I'm not a fan. I don't know. A little sip of the green nectar. All right, let's see here. Warlords, hey, please recommend good pickup plus. Hey, please recommend good pickup plus some features, please. Well, if you're asking me to recommend a pickup truck, midsize, it's going to be the Toyota Tacoma. Doesn't have to be a 4th gen, could be a 3rd gen. There's nothing wrong with the 3rd gens, don't get me wrong. You slap a pedal commander on them, which there's a code for that down below as well. But you slap a pedal commander on them and you are gonna get pretty close to what this truck does. Not exactly, but pretty close. By far, much better. You know, I would say every person that I have recommended the pedal commander to that has gotten one and put it in their truck has been amazed. The response has been amazing. And you'll find the same. If you've got a 3rd gen, they're dogs. They have lag and they're slow. Put a pedal commander in it. There's a code down below. Save yourself a little money there as well. Let's see. Jackery. You are saying my name properly. Well, I'm glad. I try. Ape Man, just giving you a heads up, that's all. Nah, I appreciate it, but you know, it gets a little tiring with everybody wanting to jump on the Tacoma, the new Tacoma bandwagon, and all the fake stuff I see out there. That's all I'm talking about. You know, if you're gonna make a claim that there's a TSB or a failure or a recall, then show me. Otherwise, it's just somebody talking, you know. Warlords, pickup truck. Pickup truck. Oh, I understood. Warlords, it's a little bit pricey. They're all a little bit pricey. There's a reason for that. It's because they're quality and they'll last. They're the best ones out there. You're not going to get quality for cheap. That's why the other ones are cheaper, because they use lesser parts. They have lesser engineering. They're not as modern. You know, I remember years ago, and I don't know if they still do it, but when Hyundai first came out, Hyundai was dirt cheap, man, for a car. It was next to nothing. They were having problems with it, all kinds of problems. I believe some engine problems, transmission problems. So I did a little research, and I think somebody I knew actually had one. I don't remember. But everything in it was dated. They were using older technology. In other words, buying radios. Let's use that for an example. Putting radios in those cars that were like 2nd and 3rd generation back. So they were cheaper. They weren't as expensive as the new tech is. Of course they weren't, right? That's how they were able to put that car out at such a low cost. Now, I'll give Hyundai credit, because one thing they did, which I think is a brilliant move, is they stood behind, and I think they still do, the car. 10-year warranty. I think Kias do that too, or at least they were. 10-year warranty. 10 years? 10 years. I haven't had a car for 10 years my entire life. So that means that that car or those cars would have been warranted for the entirety, for me, of the driving experience. You can't beat that. And maybe, I think, if Toyota really wanted to quell the fears and quiet the detractors out there, would have added a little bit of extra warranty. So, and they could have easily justified that, and that it's a new truck, it's a redesign, to show you guys that we stand behind this truck. We're gonna offer a 5, 8, 10-year warranty on it. Because if they'd have done that, nobody'd have been able to moan and complain about it, right? Because Toyota would have been proving that they stand behind their truck and in the form of offering a longer warranty, because honestly, no manufacturer likes warranties. I mean, if you issue a long warranty, that means you got to pay. No for-profit company wants to sell you a vehicle and then have to pay to fix it because it doesn't last, it doesn't work, right? So that would have been the way to do it, in my opinion. Would it have cost even more money? Maybe. I mean, they are for profit. They do have to CYA, cover their arses, because if there are problems and they're footing the bill for them 8 years, 5 years, whatever, down the road, it's going to cost them a lot of money. Now, can you imagine how much money it's costing Toyota to put new engines in the Tundras that failed because of the slag? Excuse me, because of the manufacturing metals, the machining stuff that was left in those Tundra engines. They're completely replacing the engines. Not only do they have to pay for the engine, which costs them something, they have to pay for the labor to do that. I mean, the guys, the mechanics that are putting those engines in are getting paid, right? They got to pay for that. Now, maybe, and I don't know either way, so somebody can let me know this, maybe manufacturers have warrant or insurance against such things. I don't know if they do or not. Can companies have insurance against manufacturing failures should something like that happen with their products? In other words, can Toyota go to their insurance company and say, hey, we're replacing 100,000 engines in these Tacomas, and we have a claim. We want you to pay for it. Now, if that happened, of course, you'd see their rates go through the roof, because that's what happens when you have a big claim, unfortunately, and I think something's wrong with that. I mean, isn't that why you have insurance? But nonetheless, have a big claim and you're going to see your rates go up. Anyway, let's end this with, by the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Helps out the channel a little bit, and it doesn't cost you anything. It's free, right? Let's run back over what the point of the video was, and that is to save you guys a little bit of money on two must-have accessories for the Toyota Tacoma. Number one, as I mentioned, are floor mats. Everybody needs floor mats, right? I mean, can you imagine running around, especially if you use your truck as a truck, you get muddy and dirty and stuff and don't have any floor mats in the truck? Well, this is the last one you want. It's the carpeted version, upside down, from Toyota. Not a bad looking floor mat. It's got the little name and TRD Sport in here. I mean, I actually kind of like that. But the problem is they don't wear. And when they get dirty, good luck in cleaning them. I mean, you'll be out in your driveway with a brush and soap and everything. Who wants to do that? LasFit, all-weather floor mats, designed to fit perfectly in the truck, 3D engineered, 15% off. Discount code RobMotive. It's going to cost you $109 for the product. You can't beat that. That's front and back. You can't beat it, I'm telling you. The next one, let's run back again to the back of the truck, show you what I'm talking about. Let me flip you around. Nobody wants a close-up like that, right? Of course, I'm talking about the bed mat. You've got to have a bed mat in a Toyota Tacoma. This thing is like ice, even with the crazy spray-in bed liner that I have. Everything still slides around in there. This is a kind of made up floor mat that I cut down from one that I had. I think this was in a Jeep or maybe a Tundra, I don't remember, but I kind of notched it out here to make it around these, and then I kind of cut the edge up there. I forgot, I angled the edge as well so that it fit, and then it's not wide enough. I think this was from a Jeep, and it's not wide enough. Things could still get under the edge. Get the one from LasFit. Discount code RobMotive. It'll save you 15%. And you'll have a floor mat that actually fits your Toyota Tacoma or any other truck. As I mentioned earlier, they do make floor mats and bed mats. I think I probably called the, I think I probably called the mat in the truck a floor mat, because I keep doing that for some reason there. Having a little problem getting the phone back on the mount there. But anyway, check them out, lasfit.com. That's LASFIT.com. like Sam, FIT.com. Discount code RobMotive, 15% off. You can't beat it. $109 for whichever one you want. After the discount, of course. And if you have an older truck, older Tacoma, or anything else, like a Ford or Chevy or Nissan or I don't know, they have them for those as well. All right, let's finish up. Looks like we have one more comment. Garrett, Rob, you thinking of installing LED front turn signals? No, I'm not. I'm not going to do anything else with the stock lighting on the truck. I mean, I like it. It's tinted, smoked, if you will. It looks really good to me. I think it has LED signals on it anyway, so I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about. But no, I wouldn't do anything with it. However, I do have some lighting on order for the front. So we're going to be doing something with that pretty darn soon. With that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off of here. Appreciate everybody that joined. Again, don't forget, click that subscribe button. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time on the web.